Your person is going through a difficult period, and it's been weighing heavily on them in more ways than they might let on. They may have seemed distant or hard on themselves, and you may have felt they weren't able to give you the love, time, or attention you deserve. This isn't because they don't care about you or don't want to give you their all, it's because, deep down, they needed space to reflect and to process their own emotions. They were grappling with things that were far from simple, and in order to work through those internal conflicts, they had to retreat, not just from you but from everything. They needed this time alone to release the burdens and emotions that no longer served them. When they denied or suppressed their feelings during this time, it wasn't out of a lack of care or unwillingness to connect. They were struggling with emotional turmoil that they didn't know how to handle. Their heart and mind were in conflict, and as a result, they became energetically drained, feeling exhausted in ways they couldn't quite articulate. Much of this depletion came from the fact that their thoughts and emotions were constantly intertwined with you. They had invested so much energy into a fantasy world where the two of you were deeply connected, possibly more than you realized. This mental and emotional engagement took up more space in their life than they could have anticipated, and it left them feeling torn and vulnerable. At the heart of this emotional whirlwind was a profound realization. They began to understand just how much you mean to them. For the first time, they felt like they couldn't imagine life without you, that you weren't just a fleeting desire or a distant dream, but someone essential to their very existence. This revelation shook them to their core. In the past, they may have seen love as something they could control or compartmentalize, but with you, it was different. You became someone they needed, not just wanted, in ways they hadn't experienced before. Your presence in their life brings a unique kind of healing, something that soothes their heart and soul in ways they never thought possible. The connection between you is unlike anything they've ever known. They've never felt this type of chemistry with anyone else. It's not just physical or emotional, it transcends both. There's a depth to what you share, something that goes beyond the surface, beyond what can be explained in simple terms. They sense this connection isn't just a product of your time together in this life, but something that stretches back across many lifetimes. Whether consciously or unconsciously, they feel that the bond between you is ancient, almost faded, as if the two of you were always meant to find each other, no matter the obstacles or the distance. This idea that you've shared lifetimes together brings them a sense of comfort and meaning, even when things are tough. It's important to understand that this bond, while deep and powerful, is also something they weren't fully prepared for. They might not have expected to meet someone who would have such an impact on their heart and spirit, and this connection has likely stirred up unresolved issues from their past, both in this life and possibly from those past lives they sense. As a result, they may have needed to pull back, to create some distance so they could reflect on how to move forward with this overwhelming intensity of feelings. This retreat wasn't a rejection of you, but a necessary step in their journey toward healing and understanding. They needed time to figure out how to integrate these feelings into their life without being consumed by them. Your presence in their life is irreplaceable. The healing and satisfaction you bring to them cannot be replicated by anyone else. They've likely tried to find connections with others before, but it's always fallen short of what they feel with you. No one else has been able to touch their soul the way you have. And they know this. Deep inside, they recognize that you're not just any connection, you're something more, someone who fulfills them in ways that are rare and precious. They may not always express it, but they are acutely aware of the depth of this bond and how much it means to them. While they may still be on their own path of healing and self-discovery, know that they value you deeply. They see the special role you play in their life, and though they may be struggling to balance their inner world with the connection they share with you, they know you're a part of their journey. They recognize that what you have is rare, and they are grateful for the role you play in their life, even if they haven't been able to articulate it in the way you deserve to hear. Ultimately, your bond is something they cherish, and they are committed to finding their way back to you in a way that feels whole and balanced. I was so used to receiving your love and attention constantly, even to the point where I would feel it in my dreams. It became a part of me, something I never thought I could lose. I never imagined a time when that warmth, that support, and that closeness would be pulled away from me. Now, here I am, feeling the absence of it in a way that's hard to put into words. I feel so much shame for the way I've handled things between us, and I know that I didn't act in the best way. It's hard to admit, but I see now how much I've let you down. I can understand why you might think that I'm not mature enough to manage everything, to pull all the pieces together, and to make decisions for myself, let alone for the both of us. I get it. I know I've given you plenty of reasons to think that. And to be completely honest, you're right in so many ways. I know that there are things you're upset with me about, and I can't blame you. Your complaints are completely valid. But the one thing I want to make clear, the one thing I need you to hear, is that my life is full of responsibilities that weigh on me every single day. I don't want you to think I'm using this as an excuse, but the truth is, I have so many people who depend on me. There are things I have to take care of, and I can't just walk away from those responsibilities. It's not as simple as shutting everything out and focusing only on what I want. There are so many things to consider, so many people who would be affected by the choices I make. The weight of these responsibilities isn't something I take lightly. I've been trying to balance everything, but the more I think about it, the more I realize that I've probably made you feel like you weren't a priority, like you were just another part of the chaos in my life. And I'm sorry for that. I don't want to create messes in other people's lives, and I definitely don't want to do that to you. I never intended to make you feel unimportant. You mean so much to me, but I know my actions haven't always reflected that. I just want to make sure that when I come to you, when I'm ready to fully commit myself to this relationship, I can do so without the burden of all these other things weighing me down. I want to come to you with a clear mind, free from the stress and anxiety that I'm carrying now. I want to be able to give you my best self, not the version of me that's constantly distracted, constantly worrying about other things. That's why I need time. I know it might seem like I'm stalling, like I'm putting us on the back burner, but that's not what I want. I want to be able to be fully present with you, to give you the love and attention you deserve, without feeling like I'm being pulled in a million different directions. I need to make sure that everything in my life is in order so that when we're together, I can focus solely on you, on us, and on the life we want to build together. Please trust me when I say that I'm not lying to you. I've never been more serious about anything in my life. I feel sad, empty, and miserable without you, and every day that we're apart feels like a piece of me is missing. This temporary separation is painful, but I'm willing to endure it because I believe in what we have. I believe that this is just a rough patch, and that we can come out of it stronger if we're patient. But one thing I can't bear the thought of is losing you permanently. The idea of a permanent separation is something I just can't handle. It terrifies me to think that you might not be in my life for good. I need you to know how much I love you, how deeply I care for you. Even when I don't show it the right way, my heart is with you. Every single day. I know I've made mistakes, and I know that I still have growing to do. But I want to grow with you, not apart from you. I want us to find a way to get through this, to create a future where we can be happy together without the baggage of all the other things in life weighing us down. I love you more than words can express, and I'm willing to put in the time and effort to make things right between us. Please don't give up on me, on us. I need you by my side. Your partner is at a pivotal moment in their life, standing before the mirror, taking a long, hard look at who they are and what they have become. This reflection isn't just physical but deeply emotional, representing the intense self-awareness they are experiencing. They've reached a point where they feel a deep desire and determination to change their current situation, especially when it comes to your relationship. This relationship is at the forefront of their mind, and they understand that the way things have been cannot continue as they are. It's no longer about settling or being passive. They know that they need to take charge and actively work toward improving the bond you share. For a while, they've been silently waiting, observing, and planning for the right time to open up to you. They recognize that timing is critical and that rushing in too soon might not lead to the outcome they want. They are aware of how delicate things may be between the two of you right now, and they don't want to risk doing anything to jeopardize the future of your relationship. They are not just committed to you, they are committed to the idea of being in a committed relationship with you. This distinction is important because it shows that they've moved beyond the superficial layers of affection or attraction. They are thinking deeply about long-term compatibility and partnership, realizing that this connection is something rare and precious. An apology is coming from them, and it's something they've been holding in for some time. Right now, they are filled with regret and weighed down by a painful emotional energy that they can no longer ignore. They know that mistakes have been made, perhaps actions they took, things they said, or perhaps their lack of action when it mattered most. This regret is not just a passing feeling but something that has been gnawing at them. They are acutely aware of how their behavior may have hurt you or caused distance between you, and it pains them to know that they played a part in that. At this moment, your partner is feeling lovesick over the connection you share. It's as though the weight of their emotions has caught up with them all at once, and they can no longer deny what they are feeling. This isn't just about guilt or regret, it's about a profound sense of love and yearning. They are starting to see clearly that the bond you two share is unlike anything they've experienced before. They know deep within themselves that no one can ever steal their feelings for you, and they will never be able to experience this kind of connection with anyone else. This realization has hit them hard, and with it comes the understanding that it's time to be honest. They can no longer afford to hide behind walls of uncertainty or fear. They know they need to open their heart and be vulnerable with you if there is to be any hope for the future. Your partner is focused on self-improvement, not just for themselves but because they want to prove themselves to you. They want to show you that they are serious about this relationship and that they are capable of being the partner you deserve. This isn't a shallow attempt to win you over through gestures or promises, rather, it's a deep-seated commitment to growth. They want to be the best version of themselves, and they know that achieving that involves confronting their own flaws, mistakes, and weaknesses. They are working on becoming emotionally stronger, more self-aware, and more reliable. This determination to change is driven by the knowledge that this relationship is too important to lose. They have realized that the love they have for you is something rare, and they don't want to take it for granted any longer. Every moment spent apart, every moment spent not being the best version of themselves, is now something they regret deeply. They don't just want to tell you that they are sorry, they want to show it through their actions, by making real, meaningful changes that prove their commitment. In their mind, the future they envision with you is one built on trust, love, and mutual respect. They want to move past the mistakes of the past and focus on building a relationship that is stronger and more fulfilling than ever before. The love they feel for you is not something they can easily put into words, but they are ready to try. They are ready to be vulnerable, to open up, and to let you see their true self. It's a risk, but it's one they are willing to take because they know that you are worth it. Ultimately, your partner is preparing to take the next step, not just in words but in actions. They are determined to show you that they are serious about this relationship and that they are ready to put in the effort to make it work. Their love for you is deep, and they are committed to proving that no one else can ever compare to what the two of you share. This connection is unique, and they are ready to do whatever it takes to preserve and nurture it.